My name is Brooke and I talk about reality creation, manifestation, and specifically the law of assumption. So what you dominantly assume to be true is what you will materialize into your world. So today I wanted to hit on actually a couple of things because I feel like I've been seeing a lot with different techniques that are out there. And I think there's a lot of confusion because people are like, I don't know what to do when it comes to manifesting. It's confusing because one creator says one thing, another creator says another thing. And so you guys are like, I don't know what to do, right? Because you're getting different information from different people and it can be overwhelming. So I wanted to address that today because what I teach is the law of assumption. And yes, there are other law of assumption coaches out there that teach the same thing. And my past is an amalgamation of Neville Goddard teachings and Joe Dispenza. And really, I don't care what you practice as long as you just know that your thoughts become things. That's the key. So while other creators are saying different things, it's true because there's infinite ways to manifest. So the way that I teach might not resonate with you, and that's okay. The way that I teach might resonate with you, and that's great. There might be different seasons in life where you resonate with different coaches and what they're saying based off of what you're going through. So when you see the different perspectives online, they're all correct, right? They're all correct in their own right, in the sense that as long as you believe it to be true, it will be true for you. So when I teach, it's coming from my perspective, my experience, the way that I've manifested, how I manifest currently. And that process is always ongoing, right? You're always learning something new. And so it's really important to be open-minded. Thank you so much for the heart, me. And literally just to lean into the notion that your thoughts become things. That's really it. And there are infinite ways to manifest. And I do say that when I come on here and I talk and I say, if it's true, if you believe it to be true, it will be true for you. So essentially that's what that means, is that whatever you decide, whatever you think, if you think that you manifest because you have some special pebble that you found when you were 7 years old and every time you touch it, whatever you're thinking of comes to pass, then yeah, that'll be true for you. So it really just comes down to your thoughts, your assumptions, and who you're being. It's your identity, it's your self-concept. So that's why I hound self-concept, because truly it's your identity that shifts your reality. Your thoughts become things, and it doesn't matter what the thought is, what the belief is. As long as you believe it, it'll be true for you. So if you see other coaches online talking, fine, right? If they're saying something different, if they're talking about the 3-6-9 method, if they're talking about scripting, I don't know, solving a Rubik's Cube underneath a bridge, right? That could be true for some people. Do I think it's true for me? No, and that's why you're here, because you resonate with my methods and you resonate with what I'm saying. So I just wanted to kind of talk about that because I feel like there's a lot of confusion online and people get overwhelmed with all of the information. And so just know that your thoughts become things. That's fundamentally, as long as the person is teaching that, I don't care how you arrive to the end, as long as you persist in the knowing that it's truly your thoughts that create your reality. So if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Brooke and I talk about reality creation, manifestation, specifically the law of assumption. So if you all have questions, drop them in the chat. I'm happy to answer them, and I answer every single person's question. I have been getting a ton of people on my lives lately, which is amazing and awesome, and I love it. But I did want to throw out there, for all of my people that are coming here purely for the law of assumption content, because I have so many new people are asking me like where you're from, how old are you? And the comment section can really get overwhelmed with those comments. So I did decide to open up a subscription, so you can subscribe. Check the link. If you go to my profile, you can click subscriptions and subscribe. And from there, I'm going to do subscriber only lives. And that's going to be, people that are well versed in manifestation and they have a background. And so the comments are not going to be filled with things like where are you from, what's your favorite TV show, and how old are you. It's going to be more concentrated and more focused on manifestation and the questions that you guys have about your circumstances, manifesting love, manifesting your dream life, your dream car, whatever it is. So If you want to participate in more focused lives, I highly recommend joining the subscription. I think it's $6.99 a month. And then I'll also have like stickers, and then I'm going to do sub only content. And I know a couple of you, I had posted in my stories, asked about it. And so the sub only content is literally going to be very different from my normal content, because it's going to be more so about like, honestly, it's kind of going to be like my diary. It's going to be way more casual, and it's just going to be like my thoughts and my thinking. So that'll be the subscriber only content. And then we'll have community forums and posts and different things like that are going to be fun. So if you're interested, check the link in my bio. It's again $6.99 a month, and you can have more focused lives that I plan to do a couple times a week. So that is the subscription. So I just wanted to say that out loud and get that out on the table, just because I know a few of you had questions based off of my story. So I'll go ahead and I'll answer questions. Just give me a moment. I'm going to scroll through these. Thank you for the rose. Luke, hello. See, somebody said, are you single? I don't talk about my personal life in that way. But see, this is a keen example of, if you guys join my subscriber community, it'll be a more focused conversation. Oh, thank you so much, FGH. I appreciate you. Somebody said, do I speak Spanish? A little bit from what I learned in high school. GK, thank you so much for reposting the live. Georgia, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You said you're most welcome. Oh, thank you. Spider, thank you for the follow. Thank you for sharing the live. Somebody said, what's good? Hello. Hectagon said, are you from San Antonio? No. Thank you for the rose. Lopez, hello. How are you? Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much, Lopez. Somebody said hi from Brazil. Katie, hello. Sammy, thank you for the follow. Chill Will, hello. How are you? It's good to see you again. Thank you for the heart me. Let's see. Nepal, thank you for the follow. Let's see. Thank you for the follows. Arma said hi. Hello. How are you? So if you guys have questions about reality creation, manifestation, specifically the law of assumption, drop them in the chat. I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to go live on, let's do Facebook. Let's go live on Facebook. I'm going to press live, and then I'll simultaneously answer questions on both platforms. I've been trying to go live on both, like either Instagram and Facebook at the same time as TikTok. So we'll try this. Thank you so much for all the follows. Oh, hello from Liberia. Halali, hello, how are you? Good to see you. How are you doing? Somebody said, how do you gain confidence? Well, I always say that you were born confident. So confidence is not something that you have to go out and get. You already have it. It's within you. It's like a muscle. So when you were born, you had confidence, right? It wasn't until the world told you who you should be that you started to dress differently. You started to hide parts of yourself. You started to speak in a certain way, act in a certain way, talk in a certain way. And so really you were born confident, because when you came out of your mother's womb, you weren't saying, I'm not enough, I'm not chosen, I'm not worthy. You were perfect and whole as you were. So really it was the societal standards that made you kind of hide parts of yourself, right? You started to bend and try and fit into the mold of what the societal standard is. And then that's really where people lose their confidence, is because they're not being authentically them. So confidence is not in a look. It's not an aesthetic. It's you trusting yourself. It's you knowing yourself. It's you really being in tune with who you are. And so that's what real confidence is. So it's standing on your own convictions, right? Speaking your mind, speaking your truth, and knowing who you are, and loving yourself unconditionally and wholeheartedly. So confidence is about really remembering who you are. So if you're trying to gain confidence, I always say, remember who you are, right? Go back to the essence of you, go back to your authenticity and the core of who you are, and celebrate you, and really start to speak highly of yourself and speak kindly to yourself. If you're trying to do that, I really recommend auditing your self-talk. So how do you speak to yourself? Because you're the loudest voice in your head. So it's really, really, really important to really have a kind heart, right? A kind, tender, and gentle heart when it comes to you speaking to you. So really being gentle with yourself. I always say, like, speak to yourself as if you're a small child, right? How would you speak to a small child? Because a lot of the times we talk down to ourselves. Like, sometimes we're not very nice to ourselves, and the things that you say to yourself are not something that you would say to a loved one. So really speak life into you, speak highly of yourself, speak positively to yourself, and really trust in who you are as a person. Lolly, thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate you. So that's where I would start. You can also work with me if that's something that you're interested in. So I do have different call options. Right now I have 30, 60, and 90-minute calls, but they are going away. I have to send out that email. As soon as I get off this live, I'm sending out that email. They're going away in 2 days. So if you did want to book a call with me, do it now, because I'm moving to just 1 hour calls, and those calls are going to go up to 247. VM, I have no idea. Leandro, thank you for the follow. Tara, hello, how are you? It's so good to see you. I've been thinking about you. You were like the sweetest, kindest soul ever. How have you been? You've been on my mind so much. It's so good to see you. How are you? How are you? Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the follow. Glow. Jamie said, can we chat about assumptions for a new job? Yes, absolutely. That's a great question. So just start to assume that the job is yours. So when it comes to a new job, get really clear on whatever it is that you want. So do you want a hybrid job? Do you want a remote job? Do you want a job that's like independent? That's the other thing. Like, do you want a job where you're your own boss? Do you want to be a consultant? Do you want to work for someone else? Do you want a 401k and a pension? Do you want casual dress at work? Do you want something that's more formal? Do you want a job that's like stress-free? Do you want a job that's like super easy? Or do you want to be challenged with different projects? Do you want to work in a team environment or on your own? It's up to you, right? So get really, really, really clear on your salary requirements, how long your commute is, because truly all possibilities exist. So start to envision yourself in your dream job. How do you feel? Do you feel gratified? Do you feel seen? Do you feel heard? Do you feel valued? Do you feel like you have a sense of worth? And do you feel like your contributions are meaningful? Do you feel psychologically safe at work? So start to tell that story. Go to the end. And what I mean by that is start to think from that state of consciousness of the person having that dream job that you lay out. And it can be really powerful to write all of this down, to journal, and just say, like, these are the points that I want. And then once you have that clear in your mind, like, go to bed at night and imagine yourself waking up the next day, going to that dream job. How many meetings do you have on your calendar? Maybe you don't have any meetings. Maybe you're leading up 3 different projects. What are you going to wear? So start to kind of mentally rehearse how you would think, how you would act, and how you would feel. So go into your imagination, paint a vivid scene, paint a vivid picture, and then just assume that the job is yours. Say, I assume that my dream job is mine. Everybody wants to hire me. Of course, people want to work with me. People see my value. People see my worth. People see that I'm a hard worker. People want to work with me. People want to pay me. I'm compensated above average. I always get bonuses. I'm always getting accolades at work. Just assume that you're the best and only option. Assume that you're the best and clear choice because you're you, right? There's no one else with your skill set, because you're unique in your own right. You bring the personality, you bring the wit, you bring the knowledge. And so just start to assume that the job is yours. And you can also use my free guide. It's linked to my bio. Somebody manifested their dream job in 3 days using that free guide. It's really, really, really helpful. So I highly recommend. It's called Embody the Best, How to Go from Wanting to Expecting the Best, because you yourself are the best, so you deserve nothing but the best. So definitely check out that in my bio. It feels so weird. It doesn't feel weird, but it feels weird to kind of be back on live because I have not been live for 2 days. And so I just like wanted a little break. So I took a little break and now I'm like, oh, it's so weird being back on live, but it's weird, but it's not weird at the same time, if that makes sense. Yes. Amanda said, good morning. Good morning. How are you? Oscar said, well, this is the most neutral American English accent I've ever heard, textbook style. Oh, thanks. Jacob said, we're all just reconnecting to source. Beautiful. I love that. Yes, I agree. Jacob said, understanding the ego. Yes. Separating yourself from it, right? Understanding your I amness, knowing who you are, because you are source, you are awareness, you are I am. I am that I am. I am that I declare that I am. That's all that it is. Walter, hello, how are you? Somebody said, good morning. Good morning. How to be myself if I'm not always me? Well, remember to just be authentically you. You really can't be anybody but you. If you're not being you, then really, are you living in integrity? So ask yourself that, right? Because why are you trying to not be you? Why are you trying to emulate someone else? That's really the question to ask yourself. So go inward and say, who am I? What do I want out of life? What are my core values? What are my beliefs? Because if you're constantly trying to appease everybody, it's impossible. You just have to be you. So really go inwards and ask yourself who you are at your core. What do you value? I always say it's really important to know your core values in life. And I think a lot of people in this world don't know what their core values are. Core values are things that you are not willing to waver on. So for me, my core values are connection. That's probably my number one core value. So that's why you guys will see me on here. It's actually core value and presence. And so if somebody calls me, you'll see me pause the live with 300 people. I don't care that it's 300 people. Not that I don't care about you all, but the people in my life that are most important to me, of course I'm going to pause the live and take a moment to see if they're okay or if they need anything, right? I'm not going to say, oh, like whatever. And you'll see me texting also too, because that is my core value. The people that are in my life are super important to me and I'm always going to answer them. So, know what your core values are. That's what I recommend. And that's what you're willing to bend on and what you're not willing to bend on. So start there. Jamie, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hello, Gold. Thank you so much. Anthony, hello. How are you? Nice words. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the heart me. Somebody said they're from Nigeria. Amazing. Yes, FGH, I do. Can we do one-on-one sessions? Yes, I do have calls, but the prices are going up in like 2 days. So if you want to book a session, check the link in my bio. At the current prices, you can purchase as many as you want, but then after that, yeah. And hello for everybody on Facebook. Hi from Nepal. Hello, how are you? Romeo, how are you? Good to see you. Tara, oh, she said all calls are so worth it. Thanks so much, Brooke. I'm hanging in there. Oh, I'm so glad. How are you feeling? I literally I always want to I always wonder how you guys are. I feel like I truly have the best clients in the world. Like I literally could not pull in better energy. Like you guys are all so amazing in your own right. Tara, you're like the sweetest, nicest, kindest, just best person ever. I think you're amazing. I think the world of you. You're a beautiful, beautiful, kind soul. Jamendo said hello. If you believe, oh, thank you. Somebody said, if you believe beauty exists, it begins with you, as a quote. That's a beautiful quote. I love it. Let's see. Somebody said, true sister. Thank you. Novelty said, hello. Tara said, I think I was ghosted. I'm hanging in there. So glad we met. It was so worth it. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I love it. Yes. Beautiful. I love seeing y'all's names on here, and like for the people that I know, and then when I get to like meet you, like I was gonna say in person, even though it's not in person, but it feels like it's in person because it's on Zoom. It's just like the coolest thing. I love it. Somebody said, so does this also help reset your mind frame when you're saying this? Yeah, absolutely. That's what you're doing, is you're reprogramming your thoughts. So you're reprogramming who you're being. So when you start to tell a new story, you start to experience a new reality. So therein lies the work. So really it's about persisting in the new thinking, right? So you have to think from the version of you that already is chosen, that already is loved, that already is wealthy, that already is at peace, right? So some people just want different things in life and just start to think from that state of consciousness. Instead of judging yourself and saying, you know, I'm so bad at this, this doesn't work, and I'm overwhelmed, you say like, no, I'm here right now, I'm in the present moment, and that's all I can be, right? I just am that I am, and right now I'm here, I'm breathing, I'm still standing. That's all I need. Guys, every single day when you lift your head off of your pillow, you have everything you need. Everything you need. Truly, you have the gift of life. You have breath in your body. You have blood pumping through your veins. It's just the noise starts to sink in. And I want you all to just literally go inward and drown it out and just have a moment of gratitude and just say, I have everything I need. I'm taken care of. I'm provided for. That's just my ego chiming in with a bunch of nonsense. That's not me. It's not me. I'm me. I'm source. I'm awareness. I'm infinite intelligence. And I'm at peace and I'm at home in my body, in my mind, in my heart, and in my soul. I love myself. I trust myself. I've always gotten through everything, and I've always had my own back, because that is ultimately the truth. You've always had your own back. You've always had you. You've always supported you, and you've always figured it out. So know that every single morning when you lift your head off of the pillow, you have everything that you need. Every single thing that you need. Somebody said good morning. Oh, thank you so much, Narf. I appreciate you. Jamie, thank you for the follow. Oh, Andy, thank you so much. Somebody said, good morning, good morning. And you all, if you are, oh, somebody said hi from Suriname. Amazing. If you all are new here, or for my returning people, I did just create a subscription community. So that way when we have lives, it'll be more focused. If you guys want to join, it'll be subscriber only live. So then that way we won't have the questions of like, how old are you? What's your name? And where are you from? Because the larger these lives have been growing, the more questions like that I've been getting. And I know like some of you all are like, oh, you should pin that at the top. And I've tried pinning it, but then it goes away. So I just created a subscriber community, so that way we can have subscriber only lives. And I'm also going to do subscriber only content. That content is going to be really different from my current content. It's pretty much going to be like my diary. So it'll just be kind of like super casual, just kind of like my thoughts. So if you guys want to join that so you can have more focused lives, join the subscription. Just go to my profile, click subscriptions. It's $6.99 a month. Jesse said, I always stay true to myself, motivations, thoughts, goals. I don't know how certain I am as a person. Well, trust yourself, know yourself. It doesn't matter, because if you're God, if you're source, if you're awareness, if you're infinite intelligence, you are certainty itself. So remember, everything in this world is neutral until you give it meaning. So essentially that's just your brain or your ego saying, okay, let's start to question and doubt ourselves. So if you lean into your God power, know that you're the creator, then any decision that you make will be the right decision, because it always has been, because you're still here, and it always will be because you're the creator. So literally just lean into your creative force and know that you're always going to move in alignment, right? Everything that you do is a part of the unfolding. It's all aligning in your favor, and just persist in the knowing and giving it good meaning. If you think about like the worst time in your life, like not even the absolute worst. I mean, there's multiple times where you go through not so great times in your life. Just lean into the fact that you came out so much better on the other side. So aren't you kind of thankful that it happened because you learned something, you grew from it? So whenever you're in the trenches, whenever you're not feeling it, whenever you're down in the dumps, whenever you're feeling negative and not like you're living your best life, just say, okay, this is something that I'm going through right now, but it's not who I am. It's just something that I'm experiencing. It came from me. It came from my thinking. I'm going to shift my thinking. And I know that I'm going to be so much better for it on the other side. And I know that everything's always aligning for me. So this was just a necessary step for me to get whatever it is that I desire, right? Whether that's love, peace, wealth, health, doesn't matter. So just continue to give things good meaning. Don't walk through life judging yourself and beating yourself up. Be kind to you, because truly, guys, nothing in this world has meaning until you assign it meaning. So stop assigning crappy meaning to things. Stop assigning like meanings of failure. Stop assigning meanings of victimhood. Stop assigning meanings of you're not doing it right and that you're wrong and that things don't work out for you and that you're unlucky and that you're not loved and that you're not chosen. You're more than enough. There's only one you. That's truly a gift. So stop telling yourself the lies and start empowering yourself with the truth. Because the truth is that you are an extension of Source. You're an extension of the Creator. So to say otherwise is an insult to God, right? That's an insult to the universe. That's an insult to creation itself. So lean into who you are, because you're perfect, you're whole, you're worthy, you're deserving, you're caring, you're kind, you're loving, you're all of those things. So just start selecting that as your identity and stop selecting the things that don't serve you. Always thank you for the follow. Jimmy, thank you for the follow. Reach said, good morning, how are you? Wit, thank you for the follow. Oh yeah, we won't have the follower notifications when I do the subscriber only live, so that's another thing. Oh, thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate you. Syrup said, you look like a princess. I appreciate that because I love Disney, so I'll take it. I'm a Disney kid at heart, so I'm like, princess was always the dream. That's like totally my inner child. Tara said, oh, thank you, Brooke. I appreciate you so much. You're so sweet. You're literally such a good human. You really are. You just really are. Ugh. Shanika, hello. How are you, my friend? I literally... It's so funny how like aligned everything is, because I literally was thinking about you and I was like, oh, I should WhatsApp her. And then I was like, why can't I just like voice clip her on here or WhatsApp you, whatever. But I was like, gonna write you an email. That's what it was. I was gonna write you an email and I was like, that's like too much effort to write an email. I was like, I should just voice clip her because you were on my brain. So I'll voice clip you like later, maybe on WhatsApp or on here. Actually, Shanika, are you on Instagram? Cray said, good morning. Somebody said, are you married? I don't answer my personal relationship questions on here. Somebody said, thank you. And everybody go follow Shanika. She's amazing. She's like this gorgeous, beautiful, stunning news anchor that's based in DC. And she's like got excellent content. She's absolutely amazing. Baggy, thank you so much. Amalia, hello. Yeah, somebody said, one thing I hate about this space is when coaches preach control your thoughts when it's all about state of being. Yeah, well, that's what I teach, is it really is your state of being. But again, I mean, here's the thing, guys. When you consume, at the beginning of this live, I had a whole talk about this. There's a lot of information out there when it comes to manifesting, and I understand that it can be really overwhelming because you're like, well, this person says this and this person says that. It doesn't matter because there's infinite ways to manifest. So you're here because you resonate with the way that I teach. You might resonate with me for a certain season of your life, or it could be forever, or whatever it is. Maybe you don't resonate at all, and then you just keep swiping. So it doesn't really matter as long as you know that your thoughts become things. That's really the core of everything. And I know you're saying, well, control your thoughts. It's not necessarily about controlling your thoughts, but your thoughts form your state of being because your consciousness. So you're always thinking. Your brain is an anticipation machine. It doesn't shut off. So yes, there is a level of awareness that you have to have around your thinking and around your thoughts. That's what forms your state of being and who you are. So literally they go hand in hand. So if a creator is saying like, do this, do that, they're right, because there's infinite ways to manifest. So like take what resonates with some people and then leave behind what doesn't resonate. If you want to go follow other people and you like their content, as long as it lands for you, I don't care. I don't care. As long as you're understanding that you're creating your reality, however you want to phrase it, right? Some people teach the I amness, which I think is the same thing as what I'm saying. Other people say it's, law of assumption. Some people say it's detachment. Some people are like it's self-concept, right? I do talk about self-concept. Some people are law of attraction. As long as you know that everything is coming from you, life is not happening to you, it's happening from you. Who cares what you call it, right? I think it can be really convoluted out there. And so it's just about who resonates with you, because every single coach that's on here is correct, right? Because they're creating from their perspective. There's infinite ways to create. So take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't resonate. That's all. That's it. Somebody said your states determine what thought shows up. Yeah, but your thoughts create your state. They go hand in hand. And good morning. Good morning. How are you? Thank you for the follows. Oh, thank you so much, D. Sam. Kimberly, hello. You said thank you. I needed this. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Yes. Good morning from St. Lucia. Oh, beautiful. I love it. Oh, thank you, Zakal. Thank you, Ruff. Oh, Shanika said, oh, my favorite girl. I know, you're amazing. Thank you for the roses. The morning aspirations we need. All good. Wesley, hello. The email's too much effort. It really is. Like, I was like, I don't know why I'm sitting here thinking of emailing her. So I was like, what the heck? Okay, good. You're on IG. Yeah, I was like literally sitting there. I was like, I need to email her. I need to email her. And I was like, yeah, that's the resistance. You're trying to do email and you don't even do email. So yeah, I'll like WhatsApp you or voice clip you on IG. Tara, thank you so much for the super popular. Somebody said hi. So many follows. And guys, remember, if you do want to subscribe to my community, I'm going to do subscriber only lives. So in that way it's more focused and not a lot of what's in here now, which is hi, where are you from? How old are you? I've been getting that so much lately. Jim said, good morning. Good morning. I'm caught up on comments. Oh, I have people on Facebook. Let me not ignore the Facebook people. Somebody said, good day from Botswana. Jamie said you put your thoughts there, no one else does. Exactly. So it's really about having a strict mental diet and understanding and knowing that life is happening from you, not to you. Philly said, why is it that every time I get close to this one person, she shuts down on me for about 2 days? Everything will be okay for a day or two, and then they shut down. Well, remember, everything's coming from you. So right now you have a story and you're saying that that's happening. So change the story and just say that that person is consistent in your life and that you have open and healthy communication and that you're vulnerable with that person. You feel safe and you feel seen and you feel heard, and that they don't disappear. You probably have a self-concept of not being chosen or being abandoned in love, right? Because you're saying that the person leaves you. So remember, everybody is reflecting you in your thinking. So change yourself, change your assumption, and then watch your reality change. So it's about becoming aware of your story and start affirming who you are. Say that you're a person that's always prioritized, that's always chosen, that's always loved, and you're never left in love, right? You feel safe and secure in love. So start to tell that story, because it's just a reflection of you and who you are being. And same thing for Facebook, guys. I also have a subscription community on there as well. So if you want to subscribe to my Facebook community, I'll do subscriber only lives on there as well. Shoot. Where did I leave off on comments? Somebody said hi. Thank you, Kelvin. Jim, thank you. G said, I'm so glad you're on. How are you, G? It's good to see you. How have you been? How are you? Goran, hello. Oh, thank you so much, Shanika, for the little heart puff. Yeah, so if you all have questions on reality creation manifestation, specifically the law of assumption, go ahead and ask your questions, drop them in the chat. I'm also on Facebook, so if you see me looking down, then that's why. Chasing Sunsets, good morning. How are you? It's always good to see you guys. I haven't been on in 2 days, so it feels really weird to be back. I just took a little break because I was like, you know what? I just needed some time off. So I listened to myself, did a little time off. You said we missed you. It's so funny. It's so weird because you think no one's watching you. You know, Shanika, I'm sure you know. And then people were DMing me and they were like, are you okay? And I was like, people are really looking out for my lives. So I just took a few days off. I went and got my hair done yesterday, just a blowout. It was curly, but it immediately went straight in the Bali humidity. And then, I just had a nice little relaxing day. Somebody said, we missed you. Yes. Oh, G said, I missed you. Oh, yes. New hair. Who dis? Look at it. It's all straight and fresh. It was really curly yesterday. It was actually really pretty, but it went straight real fast. But hello. Amazing morning. I don't know if you guys saw, but I did do a Bali spend the day with me on beauty treatments, because a lot of you all had questions about being black in Bali, how to do your hair, preserve your hair. I need to do an update because I didn't do a really hair specific one, but I've gotten a lot of DMs about my hair in Bali. I do have a keratin treatment, which is extremely helpful. And then you guys had questions about other stuff, so I did a whole day in the life. Somebody said, hi. She's 30 ATL said, amazing morning, beautiful. Yes, you were a miss, but I'm glad you got time to yourself. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Chasing Sunset said, looks beautiful. Thank you. Yes. All right. So what questions do you guys have about reality creation manifestation? Somebody said, what is a keratin treatment? I think it's a protein treatment for your hair. I don't actually know what it is. It's chemicals. That's what I do know. It makes your hair straight in the humidity. It makes it so your hair doesn't puff up in the humidity. I've had it I think 3 times at this point. Somebody said, can you do ASMR, please? I've been getting that a lot lately too. I don't know what I would do with ASMR. Y'all would have to tell me. I don't know if you guys noticed anything that you guys typically ask me to do. I will do it. Isabel said, oh, I need that. Yeah, girl, it's a game changer when it comes to your hair. I'm telling you, like I used to not get it. My mom kept telling me to get it. And then one day I got it and it was a game changer. Alex said, good night. Somebody said, are you married? No, I don't answer my personal relationship questions on here. I believe that spirit or the ek helps me manifest life. I don't know what you mean by ek. G said, I've been following your advice and everything is always working out for me. Beautiful. Yes, absolutely. Everything is always working out for you. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it? Duh. Guys, I created stickers for my subscriber only community and they're duh. That's one of them because I always say that. And of course, so of course it would work out for you. Why wouldn't it? Of course things always go your way. Say, look, I have the Midas touch. If I think it, it's true. My desires are chasing me. Anything I want it, I get it so quickly. Only my positive thoughts manifest. Things are always working out for me. Things are always aligning for me. I'm always worthy. I'm always chosen. Of course, I get treated like VIP. I get treated like royalty. Everybody loves me. To know me is to love me. I'm everybody's favorite person. People find me alluring. They find me to be magnetic. They think that I'm amazing because I am amazing. I am the prize. I know that I always am put first, right? So start to tell those stories, like literally speak life into yourself. Start to talk in that way, like even be a little sensual if you want to, or be a little sassy, or maybe you want to be a little like have a little bit of like bravado. It's up to you. So anything that you want, literally just start to speak life into yourself. That's what I do, right? As soon as my thoughts go adrift, I'm just like, what? Of course. Duh, things go my way. Why wouldn't they? Hello, Sathsi. Hello, Daniel said good morning. Scott, you were like literally spamming. I'm blocking you because I just can't take it. Daniel, thank you so much. Somebody said ek is spirit or energy that surrounds all life. Sure, whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. Thank you for the follow. Casual, thank you for the follow. Are you going live, Shanika? What time do you go live? You should probably be live soon, right? Thank you so much, Harrison. Josie, hello. Al said good morning. Yeah, miracles manifest daily. Shanika said that's right. Protect your energy. Yes, girl, absolutely. I'm coming home this summer too, so that's why I was also thinking of you, because I was like, oh, we have to meet up. Urban Smile said good morning. Yes, about to. Oh, good. Then I'm gonna hop on your live as soon as I get off of this live. I'll come onto your live. And thank you so much for having me on your live. That was like so fun. I didn't even tell you so, Shanika. Oh, I did say it on your live. Like I had like I don't even know. I had like a glitch where literally you were like, oh, like, are you free at 9? I really thought you were about to like hit me up at 9. Guess who told me to come on? My mom. She said you popped up on her feed and she was watching and she was like, the confidence lab, the confidence lab. My mom was like, why is this woman talking about like my daughter's like page? And then she was like, oh, like she was on here before. And then my mom calls me and she was like, that girl that you were on with before keeps mentioning you. You're supposed to be on her lives. And then I was like, oh, that's what Shanika meant. So then I hopped on your live. So anyways, I just had like a brain. I don't know. It was late because, you know, here it's always like later at night. And so anyways, it was just funny that my mom was the one that was like, you're supposed to be on her live right now. I was like, I was sitting there waiting for you to call me. So it was actually hilarious. So shout out to my mom for giving me the tea and for telling me to come on. Oh, you said I just decided to hang out with you for a bit. Eagle said yes. Shanika said, oh yes, girl. Yes. Somebody said, bom dia. Harrison, hello. Somebody said, watching from Long Beach, amazing. Thanks for smiling. Oh, I know, Shanika. I was like, what was I thinking? Like, why did I not like put 1 and 2 together? I have no idea. G said 3D has been the best thing. Amazing. Can you share, G, any success that you've had? Because I love this for you, G. I know you were like definitely going through it a little while ago. So share your success. Shanika said, aw. You were glazed, so I get it. Yes. Josie said, I'm teaching my kids to manifest beautiful. I'm working on a couple of kids' projects because I think that if kids understood this from a very young age, I think the world would be extremely different. So I want to teach how to manifest, kids how to manifest, and I want it to be in a way that's easy for them to digest. So it's like one of my passions is to teach this to adolescents and really like kids, like kids, because I think the earlier that they know it, the better. So yes, I think that's beautiful, Josie. Shanika said, thanks, Mom, right? Shout out to Mom, because I'm like, girl, I don't know what I was thinking. Rayon said, hey. Tara said, oh my God, I would sign my daughter up to do anything you would teach. Oh, beautiful. I love it. Yes, I really want to work with youth because I think that it would be a game changer. And I've seen my niece benefit from it. I've seen her like completely transform her life. So if kids knew this at a really, really young age, I think that the world at a whole, right, at a holistic level would look completely different. So that's why I want to teach kids that they are enough. And I want to teach kids that they are the creator of their reality, right? Doesn't matter what the bully on the playground says. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. I think kids really need to learn how to validate themselves, right? And not to seek approval from 3D, from other people, from their environment. So yes, I want to empower children because a lot of the times children are just put, not put to the side, but it's like you're just told what to do, how you should think, how you should act, and how you should feel. And it's like, why do we impress those ideas onto children when we ourselves as adults know that a lot of it is not true, right? But it's just kind of how we were brought up, and it's the societal programming. And so, yeah, kids literally, I always say this, I say it in some of my private client sessions. I've probably said it in some of my lives. But I really think that you should dream like a child before they discovered self-doubt because kids don't have self-doubt. That's something that adults put on them. They're like, oh, be realistic. You can't do that. And it's like, if you tell a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they're like an astronaut, they believe that they're going to be an astronaut. And the thing is, it's a possibility. And then that dream dies out some way, shape, or form because someone along the way told them that they would have to do all of these things, that it would be near impossible. And it's just like, why are we putting the no before the yes? So that's my take on it. Let's see. Somebody said, can you explain freeze frame a little? Yeah. So freeze frame is a Neville Goddard technique. And it's essentially you go into your imagination. It's a type of visualization. So you can freeze frame anyone. It could be a love interest. It could be your boss. It could be a friend. It could be whatever, a family member, doesn't matter. So imagine them in your brain, right? Get a picture of them. You could even picture a scene, like maybe you have a party coming up and you're imagining the party. You could freeze frame the people in the party and you whisper in their ear what you want them to think. So you would whisper in their ear and say like, you love me, you choose me, you care about me, I'm your one and only. You're freezing them and you're doing thought transmission. So whatever you're wanting them to think of you, because remember, you're the only thinker in your reality. There's no other thinker. You have no way of being in someone else's head to know what they think. You only think what they think. They only think what you think they think of you. So let that sink in. They can only think what you think they think of you. You have no way of knowing what they're thinking because they're in their own reality, in their own state of consciousness. So you're assigning meaning to what you think they think of you. So with the freeze frame, it's just a technique to implant on their subconscious brain. And really what you're doing is you're implanting on yourself. You're telling yourself the new story of what you want them to think. And then you're going to start to perceive them thinking that of you. Does that make sense? That's how thought transmission actually works. So you're telling yourself the new story of whatever it is that you want them to think of you. And then you're going to start to perceive them in that way. So why does this work? Well, I'll give you an example. 2 kids grow up in the same household. One is like, Dad was so strict on us, and he just was always coming down on us. He was always judging us, and I just felt so small. Meanwhile, the other kid is like, oh, I thought Dad was like really empowering, and it built resilience in me, and it made me tough. Same situation, same upbringing, different perception of the same experience. So essentially, you're changing the way that you perceive that person, and then you experience them differently. So that's really what's happening whenever you're doing thought transmission, right? So you're sending them the thoughts and you're really implanting on yourself. And then that's how you start to perceive them, because then that's your new story of them. Does that make sense? So that's why the freeze frame is a technique, because you're really just starting to tell a new story. So just imagine the person, freeze frame them, and then tell them, you want to promote me. I'm the best person for this job. There is no other. I'm the only one that's capable. You think the world of me. You're going to give me a 20% raise because I'm amazing. Notice how I'm not saying anything about the person. It's all about me still. Me saying that I'm a valuable employee, or me saying that I'm chosen, right? You think I'm amazing. You choose me. You select me. So it's still you affirming your self-concept and who you think you are. And then they reflect that back to you. So that's the way that works. Somebody said Brooke for president. I love it. Except for I hate politics. So... Oh, thank you so much, Randy. I appreciate you. Brookie, hello. How are you? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, Tara, you're amazing. Tara's one of my clients. She's literally like the kindest, beautifulest, gentlest soul. She's fab. G said, I'm a teacher. My students say affirmations every morning. This has changed my students. Yes, I love it. Like, yes, starting your day with affirmations. Like, what a way to start your day. Gee, that's amazing. I love that you're doing that. Love it. Keep doing it. That's amazing. Building them up. Like, what? Yes. Somebody said, I can't let it sink in. I'm confused. What part are you confused about? I did explain it thoroughly, so I'm behind on comments. So maybe, hopefully it sunk in at some point. Phoenix said, I'm here. Finally. Hello. How are you? It's good to see you. You were one of the people that asked me, you're like, where are you? I had so many people. I was surprised. They were like, where are you? Where have you been? I took off 2 days from doing lives. I just wanted a little break. It was started off with 1 day, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to take 2 days. Vaya said, like, imagine they're thinking it. Exactly, because you're the only thinker in your reality, so how you perceive reality is how you define it. So remember, you're the only one giving things meaning. So if you think that someone is always nagging you, it's because you think that. So test the law. Tell a new story and say, this person's always supporting me. They're never criticizing me. Well, I wouldn't even say that, because you're still focused on the opposite. So say, this person is always supporting me. They're always uplifting me, and they're my number one cheerleader. And then they're going to come back and be singing your praises and giving you accolades. So like literally just start to tell a new story, and then you experience them differently because your thinking around them, your perception around them has changed. It's kind of like coffee. You know, when you first start drinking coffee, like the first time you ever taste coffee, you're like, oh, yuck, this is so bitter. It's disgusting. And then you get used to the taste. So your perception of it changes because you're like, yuck, this is disgusting. And then later on, you're like, a few weeks later, you're like, wow, this is delicious. It's so soothing. It's comforting. It gives me energy. I love it. You completely changed your story. You perceived it differently. The coffee didn't change. It's the same coffee. It's the same bean. It's just your experience of it started to change because your thinking around it changed. So that's essentially how reality creation works, is the story that you hold is what you experience. So tell yourself a new story and then have a new experience. So remember, everything is coming from you. It's not happening to you, it's happening from you and the story that you hold. That's really it. Colin said, hey, hello. Noah said, oh, that's interesting. It's like gaslighting yourself. Yeah, exactly. Somebody said, so delusional behavior by gaslighting yourself. Yeah. Here's the thing, guys. Everything in this world is neutral until you give it meaning. So gaslighting is only a bad thing if you say it's a bad thing, right? I mean, why can't we gaslight ourselves up in a good way, right? Gassing yourself up. So instead of telling yourself a crappy story of this person hates me and they're always out to get me, why wouldn't you gas yourself up and say, you know what? I'm everybody's favorite person. My life is the place to be and people love me because I am a good person and because I am amazing. Why wouldn't you tell that story? And then you start to experience them differently because you started to change the narrative. So change the narrative and then your reality changes. Bea said it's not gaslighting. Yeah, it's really not. But again, you could also say it's gaslighting, but in a good way, right? Gaslighting isn't a bad thing unless if you say it's bad. So everything in this world is neutral until you give it meaning. So give it good meaning. Somebody said, how do you do it if someone gets angry or is yelling, if your energy is happy and kind and they are not? How do you do it if someone gets angry or is yelling? You're saying like in the moment if someone's angry? Well, just go into your imagination. So remember, you're not doing any of this physically in your 3D. So you're just imagining. So if someone's angry in the moment, just pause and say, okay, right now you're kind of being a jerk. I probably hold a story about you that you show up as a jerk. But let's just say, whatever, it doesn't matter that they're showing up in a way where they're not being nice and they're yelling. Then you just go into your imagination and you imagine that they're calm. You imagine that they're rational. You imagine that the communication is healthy. You imagine that the communication is positive. Doesn't matter how they're showing up because you know that your imagination is more real, and you will find that they will call you later that day, the next week, and they'll be like, you know what? I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Or the next time you see them, it'll be a different experience and they'll show up as a more pleasant version. You'll be like, wow, they were really like positive today. They didn't have a lot of negative things to say and they weren't yelling. They were so calm and they were cool and they were collected. So again, go into your imagination. You're not doing anything. You're not saying anything. I mean, if you want, you can, but that's, again, you trying to react to your 3D. So I just go into my imagination when people are showing up unfavorably, and then I just start telling the new story. That's it. Randy, good morning. Jason Sunsets, thank you so much for the gifts. Randy, thank you. Joe, thank you for the rose. Somebody said, what do you do? I'm a coach on here. And guys, I do have 30, 60, and 90-minute calls. The 30 and 90-minute calls are going away. In 2 days, I got to send out that email. So I'm going to send out that email probably after this live. So if you want to grab it now and at the current price, go to the link in my bio, book a call. But then after that, they are going up. Somebody said, I gotta do morning routine soon. Okay, we'll have an amazing morning. Somebody said, Delulu is the Delulu. Yes, absolutely. Randy, hello. Somebody said, do you use Korean products? No, guys, I'm the laziest when it comes to skincare. I literally wash my face with whatever's on sale. I mean, most of the time I do use I can't even say that. Like when I was in America, I would use Kiehl's, but ever since here, I've kind of been puttering around from place to place. And I'm not going to lie. Some people would be like, I've just been using the hotel soap or whatever soap they give me in an Airbnb. And I just put it on my face, and to be honest, sounds so bad. I haven't even been using moisturizer at night because I don't have any. Because I live like pretty much a nomadic life at this point. And I do put a primer on in the morning before I do my makeup that moisturizes my face, but I literally just use whatever soap and then I use a primer and that's it. And actually my skin has like been glowing. So do affirmations and say, my skin is always glowing. My skin looks amazing. My skin is flawless. My skin is so smooth. My skin looks like glass. My skin looks like Korean skin. Just start affirming that. Start telling that story. That's what I do. Doesn't even matter what you use. But also, if you believe a product will work, it'll work for you. So remember, infinite ways to manifest. It all comes down to whatever you believe and whatever you think. Somebody said, are you an air sign? No. Oh, thank you so much, user. I appreciate you. Bodhi said, I am struggling with the opposite. Men love and feel more for me than I believe they do. Okay, well, that's a good thing. So just start to tell yourself, I mean, it sounds like you're aware. So just start to tell yourself that they love you so much, right? I mean, I guess let me go back and read that, because what are you saying? You're saying that they do feel for you more than what you think. We'll just say, my intuition is correct and that they do love me and that they do choose me. And I know that they do, because why wouldn't they? I'm amazing. Just start to tell yourself that. Somebody said, I'm a new nurse and I do that in the shower before my shift to ease my anxiety. Beautiful. Yes. Affirming is great. Visualizing is great. It really does help. So I think that's wonderful. I love it. Chasing Sunset said, then it becomes life. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for reposting. Joe said, hey, Brookie. Somebody said, bom dia. Hello. Kenya, thank you for the follow. Joe said, you are amazing. Oh, thank you. Somebody said, so is it good to judge? Well, I mean, don't look at it as a judgment. It's just an assumption. So instead of saying that you're judging something, what's your assumption about it? Really, it's just, what is the story that you have? Somebody said, thank you. Have a good night. You're welcome. You said, should we judge ourselves first? It's not judging. I like the word assumption. To me, it sounds better. So you're not judging, you're assuming. So what's your story? What are you assuming about people, places, and things in your life? What do you assume to be true about yourself? That's your self-concept. So if you need help unlocking your self-concept, download my self-concept course. It's linked in my bio. It'll help you uncover your hidden thinking, love, and your career. You can use it for anything. Somebody said yes in the moment. Yes. Somebody said, good morning. Evie, hello, how are you? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Somebody said, hi, good night. Jermaine, hello. Chasing Sunsets, hello. Somebody said, Evie said, my SP and I have been through a lot. I'm not sure if I should leave. Oh, live in the end or just leave him. Well, what do you desire? Remember, he's just reflecting you. So if you've been through a lot, it's because you still hold a story about being through a lot. So just, again, do you want to be loved? It doesn't even matter, right? Take your focus off of SP. Guys, if you're manifesting an SP, sometimes it's really valuable to just take a step back from the person, because it's never about the person, it's about you. So you probably have a desire of being loved, of being chosen. So you give it to yourself first and you just affirm, I am loved and I am chosen. And when you wholeheartedly know that, and you know it with conviction, and you can say, I am loved, I am prioritized, I am loved, I am prioritized, I feel it in my heart, I feel it in my soul, I feel it in my body, I feel so at peace, then you'll start to experience that in your reality, and it'll be your old SP, your current SP, new SPs, And then you have choice, and the choice will be yours. But sometimes you have to remove yourself from the SP, especially if you have history there, because that story could still be blocking the manifestation. Then you could be feeling resistance, you could be feeling animosity, and sometimes, honestly, you just get tired, right? You're like kind of bumping up against the wall, and you're like, I don't even care about this manifestation anymore. I'm over it. But see, that's the thing, is that you're finally starting to be okay with you. That's usually the sweet spot where things actually start to change, when you're at that place where you're indifferent because you feel so good because you're choosing and validating and loving yourself, that you're just like, I don't even need it from this person anymore because I give it to myself. So they were just the vessel, right, for you to experience that. But when you give it to yourself, then you're like, oh, I'm good. So literally, I don't know what you want, Evie. You have to figure that out for yourself, and you don't have to know the answer here or now, right? Just affirm who you are in your I amness, and that you are always chosen, that you are always loved, that you are worthy, whatever it is that you desire. Jess, I don't know what you mean. You said you should change it to 67-minute course. What do you mean by that? Somebody said beautiful brunette, which is hilarious because I was telling somebody this the other day. I was like, I really am a brunette. And they were like, no, your hair is black. And I'm like, my hair really is not black. It's actually brown. And so I've been saying that lately. I'm like, I am a brunette. So that's hilarious that everything just reflects back to you guys always. Somebody said, what are your most favorite affirmations? Well, I do a lot of isn't it wonderful. So I start my mornings off with, isn't it wonderful that I'm captivating, unique, special, and one of a kind? Isn't it wonderful that I'm worthy and deserving of love? Isn't it wonderful that I'm happy, healthy, healed, and free? Isn't it wonderful that I always get to whatever it is that I want? Isn't it wonderful that I get whatever it is that I desire? Isn't it wonderful that things always go my way? Isn't it wonderful that things are always working out for me? Isn't it wonderful that I get paid to exist? Isn't it wonderful that I am abundant? Isn't it wonderful that I am radiant? Isn't it wonderful that I get to live this dream kismet life? Isn't it wonderful that I'm financially free? Isn't it wonderful that I am beautiful, kind, compassionate, and caring? Isn't it wonderful that I have loving and supportive friends and family? So just start to say that, right? I love to do the isn't it wonderful rampages. So that's like usually my favorite, my go-to. Tio, thank you. Somebody said, what primer do you use? I tried to put it in my TikTok shop. Was I successful? I use, it's called First Aid Beauty. I feel like nobody uses this primer. I love it. It's called First Aid Beauty Coconut Smoothie Skin Primer. I've been using it for probably at least 5 years, if not longer. Part of me wants to say a decade, but then I'm like, has First Aid Beauty been out that long? Let me see. Because honestly, when I tell you I love this primer, it's my absolute favorite. Like, as soon as you put it on, you can wear that primer by itself. It doesn't change anything, but it just makes you have like a glow. Like, it doesn't like color correct anything or anything like that. But the second you put on the primer, you just instantly have like this shine and this like dewy glow. So I really, really like it. So that's the one I've been using. And I live in Indonesia where it's hot and I'm like constantly out in the sun. Like today I was out in the sun and sweating, and my makeup to me doesn't look like it's budged. So I love it. But all of my makeup, guys, I did put in my TikTok shop. So if you are interested, I put as much of it as I could in the TikTok shop because you guys have been asking me. Somebody said Megan Fox. Placebo effect? Yes. I love You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So he talks about that a lot. So yeah, this is essentially like the placebo effect. Yeah. Somebody said, you married? I don't answer that question. Somebody said, Aries Queen. Yes. I know it's Aries season, guys. I am an Aries. I'm an Aries. Somebody said, I bet she's a balanced Libra. I'm not. I'm an Aries. Somebody said, are different signs better or worse than manifesting for others? No, only if you say they are. So if you have a story that some sign is better than another, then that'll be true for you. But if I were you, I would just get rid of that story and just say I always manifest easily and effortlessly. Anything that I desire desires me more. My desires chase me. It's easy for me to manifest. I manifest in an instant. I manifest on a time crunch. I'm a master manifester. Things are always aligning for me. I always get what I want. Everything is always working out for me. Why wouldn't it? Of course it does. I'm me. I'm so magnetic. So literally just start to tell that story. If you have a story of other signs are better at manifesting, then that'll be true. So get rid of that story. Why would you create that in your reality? Don't create that in your reality. Thank you for the follows. Somebody said, hello. G said, my SP is doing what I declare. The key is to focus on yourself. Beautiful, G. I love it. Yes. I love this, G. That's amazing. Your SP is doing what you declare. Yes, because you decide you are God, you are source, you are awareness, you are infinite intelligence. And you say, no, I'm not taking no for an answer and I'm not backing down. You do as I say because I command my reality. So just keep persisting in that. Say, I'm God. I'm the one that's deciding it. You're my puppet. I'm the puppet master. I'm the one pulling the strings and you show up in the way that I declare. Boom, done, finished. There is no room for discussion, period. Like literally just start saying that, guys. When you start to see your 3D and it's like throwing you for a loop, just say, no, that's not my reality. That's not my end. Like, I don't have to accept that. I'm not accepting that. No, not in my reality. And then you just affirm the new story. That's what I do. And guys, I go through this too every single day where I'm like, I will literally catch myself and I'll like go down a thought stream. But here's the thing is like, guys, it's awareness. It's about catching it. So a story will come up and I'm like, oh yeah, that can't happen because of blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm God of my reality and I decide. And this does happen because I'm selecting and I'm choosing. So literally start to select whatever it is that you want to experience, right? Don't take your 3D at face value. You're the one deciding. Everything is coming from you. So persist in that knowing, empower yourself, select whatever it is that you want to experience and focus on that. Take your focus and awareness off of what you don't want, because then you'll create more of that and put your awareness on what you do want. And that's not to say if the old story comes up that that's a bad thing. It's going to happen. It's okay. As long as your dominant story is you know that you're living in the end, that you have your desire, that your person shows up in this way. And I don't care if that's a friend, an SP, a coworker, or an ex, whatever it is, then you decide and you choose. Phoenix, same thing for you. I know that you are manifesting different behavior from BD. So you're going to persist that you show up for me in a way that's respectful. You show up for me in a way that's compassionate, kind, and caring. We have peaceful interactions, period. That's it. That's all I'm available for. And that's all I'm accepting. Done. Right? Declare it, know it, ignore the 3D, and then BD will show up for you in that way. Somebody said you look like Rihanna. Oh, thank you. I don't see it, but I'll take it. Samuel, hello. Somebody said boyfriend of 8 years, cheated. We lived together. He spent the next night being secretive and upsetting me then. Did you mean next night? Served a restraining order. Okay. Well, what do you desire? Do you want to be together or do you want to be separated? What do you actually want? G said, Brooke, you are the best. Your followers are growing by the thousands daily. Wealth chases you. Beautiful. G, that's a great affirmation. I love it. Wealth chases you. Ooh, I'm going to add that to my little repertoire. Wealth chases me. I love it. Yes. I love it. You are the best, G. Thank you for taking a moment to uplift me. I appreciate you. Bodhi said, like when they express to me their feelings, love terms of endearment, I have a hard time believing it. Oh, so that's you accepting and knowing that you're worthy and knowing that you, so that's a receivership and worthiness self-concept. So a lot of the times when you have a self-concept of not being worthy, you have a hard time believing it. So just change the story and just start to say, of course, right? Why wouldn't I be your honey? Why wouldn't I be your one and only? So you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're living in a self-concept of things are too good to be true and you're going to leave me. You're going to abandon me. I haven't worked with you. I'm just guessing. But that's probably underneath the surface. That's the hidden thinking that's going on. So I would kind of get a handle on your self-concept, start to uncover whatever that is. You can use my self-concept course. You can complete it in a day. But it has an assessment in there where it will help to uncover your hidden thinking. So yes. Melvin, thank you for the follow. Glam said, if some says you get blocked with black magic love, that's why he is silent or confused. Well, I don't teach that. Guys, remember, you're the only thinker in your reality, so why are you letting some person tell you that there's black magic? Like, I don't even know what that is. So, like, create a reality where there's no black magic. That's coming from you. Your SP is only reflecting you and the story that you hold about them. So if they're silent, it's because you're saying that they're silent, not because of black magic. So change that story and say that you're in constant, healthy, and consistent communication, and that you guys are always on the same page and things are always aligning for you, and that they're present and that they show up for you, and that your relationship is good and that you're on good terms. There is no confusion other than the confusion that you create, because you said confusion. That's why I'm saying that. So tell yourself a different story and then watch them reflect that back to you. So no, there is no black magic. They're only blocked because you're saying that they're blocked. So stop telling that story. Let that story go. Ease, thank you for the follow. I gotta check Facebook. Facebook was weird. It was like trying to say that I had a new comment and it wasn't showing it. Somebody said, good morning from North Philly. Good afternoon. How are you? I'm great. Somebody said, okay, never mind. What was your question? Joel. Somebody said, is visualization a necessity to manifest? No, it's not. You don't have to visualize. No. I always give this as an example. So for the people that are bored of hearing this, I'm sorry, I'll come up with another one, I promise. But let's just say, remember, you're manifesting all the time. So if you're like, oh, like I really haven't heard from my friend Chris in a while, I'd love to talk to him. And then Chris calls you the next day out of the blue. Did you sit there and have a whole visualization of it? No, it's not a coincidence that Chris calls you. That's a manifestation. You thought it and then Chris called you. So that is your thoughts becoming things. And you just literally thought it and it was so. So no, visualization is not a requirement. Is it a tool? Is it a technique? Yes. If you like doing it, should you do it? Sure. Why not? Absolutely. If you don't like doing it, do you have to do it? No. When it comes to techniques, do what feels good to you. So if you like it, do it. If you don't like it, then don't do it. Don't worry about it. No sweat. It's not required. Somebody said, hi, hello. Walter, hello. Thank you. Chasing Sunset said, the best rant ever. Oh, thank you so much. Good. Oh, Share Bear, thank you so much. Share Bear, I was like just talking about you. Ray said, it is wonderful. Yes. Joel, hello. Oh, thank you. Winter, hello. Somebody said there's that fancy bottle. I know, right? It's in Bali. If you want to come have a fancy water and then join me on my retreat, it's this October 12th to the 19th here in beautiful Bali, Indonesia, on healing and manifestation. You can check the link in my bio. It's going to be amazing. Somebody said, good morning. She's Thrifty ATL said, it is wonderful that I get to create my reality. I love it. Beautiful. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. Somebody said, I'm getting one. I was all, that's cute. I'm going to be fancy too, looking for a bottle. Like, that's me. Oh, I love it. Beautiful. Yes, get one. Why not, right? Life is about enjoying the small things in life. So if you want a little glass bottle that makes you feel good, yeah, why not? Somebody said, where are you from? I'm from DC, but I live in Indonesia. And guys, remember, I do have my new subscription community, so you can bypass questions like this. So if you want to join my subscription, it's $6.99. I'm going to do subscriber only live. So then that way you don't have to listen to me say, thank you for the follow. how old are you, answering all those questions, where are you from, because it's going to be subscribers. So it's going to be people that know me and that want to talk about manifestation. So those subscription lives are going to be more focused on manifesting. So check the link in my bio, hit subscription, subscribe, and then I'm going to do subscription only content. That content is going to be essentially my diary. It's going to be like very different from my current content. It's going to be me just kind of like telling my thoughts throughout the day and just like kind of speaking, and it's going to be super casual, laid back. So check out my subscription in my profile if you want to be a part of the new subscription. So I said it's 31 degrees here. How's living in Indonesia? It's amazing. I love it. It's beautiful. It's a dream come true. Somebody said I'm a Scorpio. Somebody said, hey. Somebody said manifestation equals dominion. How do I manifest a girl like you? Well, remember, all possibilities exist, so you can manifest whatever it is that you want. So you just become clear on whatever it is that you want in a person, their characteristics. You can literally write down their hobbies, what they look like, how much money they make, what car they drive, their job. Are they funny? Are they cute? Are they tall? Are they short? Do they have a curvy build? Do they have, I don't know, whatever you want. You can literally write all of that out. And then you start to affirm those things for yourself. Like, my partner always makes me laugh. My partner thinks that I'm the center of their universe. My partner loves me. My partner prioritizes me. My partner loves to go to art galleries with me. Whatever you want, whatever you desire, just start to tell that story, live in the end. And then you'll call in that person. You can even write their name if you want. You can be so specific, doesn't matter. So literally, remember, because you're living in your own reality, you could be with that person in your reality, and then in their reality, they could be with someone else. So it's literally just about you persisting in the knowing of who you are, knowing that you're always chosen, knowing that you're always loved, and just tell that story and go to the end and live in the end of that. Somebody said, what Joe Dispenza book do you recommend to start with? I watch his videos. Beautiful. I love Joe Dispenza. The only book you need to read from Joe Dispenza is literally Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. I've been to 3 of his retreats. He recommends that book, like the advanced retreats. You have to read that book specifically. That's really his marquee book. The other books pretty much say the same thing, to be honest. I just think Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself is A, his most popular, and B, probably the best written, like in terms of just like the way that it was laid out. But all of his other books say the same thing. So definitely recommend Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. It's linked in my TikTok shop. It's also linked in my bio if you wanted to do it from Amazon. It's just under book recommendations. So click link in my bio, and it's the blue and white cover, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. She's Thrifty ATL said, that's why I relate to you. You're a fire sign and most compatible sign. I'm a Leo. Beautiful. Yes, I do get along with Leos, but I have a belief that I do. Somebody said, how do you quiet the noise? I feel genuinely disheartened by worldly events. Well, it's not about being ignorant to worldly events, but you can also see the world as its higher self. So instead of being anti-war, be pro-peace, right? So put your emphasis on whatever it is that you desire. So instead of seeing people in misery and in sorrow and in a negative space, start to visualize them as uplifted, as in a good place, as thriving. So start to envision a world where there is peace, where there is respect, where there is, a sense of compassion and care. So start to tell that story, start to envision a future of that, right? So I mentioned this quite a bit, but a really good example of manifestation is really Dr. Martin Luther King. He quite literally, like in his speech, had a dream of little Black boys and girls and white boys and girls being integrated, right? And at that time, that was delusional. That sounded crazy. It was like, what do you mean? And he was like, no, I have a dream. I have a vision. I see integration. I see them playing on the same playground. I see them being in the same classroom. That was global change, right? He persisted in that vision. People thought it was insane, and he persisted in that vision. And then the civil rights movement happened, right? And now we have integration. So again, envision the world as you want to experience it and start to see that. And then you'll start to see that good in people. You'll start to see people making change. You'll start to see good news stories. So start to focus on what you desire and then take your focus off of the negative, off of the despair, because then you're only seeing and witnessing more of that. Dapper, hello, how are you? Eve said, hello there, sunshine. Hello, how are you? Everybody go follow Eve. She posts daily content on being positive, living a great life. So definitely check her out. Blessed, good morning, beautiful. Good morning. Hello, how are you? Phoenix said, yes, I've been doing that. Amazing. Good. Keep going, keep persisting. You're going to watch BD literally transform right before your eyes. You're going to come back on this live and you're going to be like, Brooke, you're never going to believe this. And I'm going to be like, yes, of course I believe it, because you're that powerful and you can absolutely do it. Somebody said, are you from Cali? No. Bukayo, hello, how are you? Thank you for the follows. Chasing Sunsets, thank you for the gifts. Starboy, hello. Josie said, I am back. Well, welcome back. Hello. Blessed, I watched your live for 100 minutes. Oh, I think that's like an automated thing. Amazing. Oh, you are truly the best. You're the best. I can't wait to meet with you. Sweet Trouble said, hi, I'm new here. Hello. Pillar, hello. Somebody said, last question. You can ask as many questions as you want. How do you manifest when you affirm and you get that resistance feeling of not being true? You just move past it, because remember, again, guys, oops, sorry, I'm on Facebook and I just moved my camera over there. Remember, an assumption is essentially a lie, right? So when you first start to create your new reality, it's going to be a lie. You're going to feel like you're an imposter. So that's a part of the process. Just like if you were to start a new job, right? You might have the education and the background, but you don't know the inner workings of the corporation. You don't know their hierarchy. You don't know their processes. So you feel like an imposter. And then you push past it because you keep showing up every single day and you start to learn it. So it's the same thing with an affirmation. Is the more that you repeat it, the more familiar it becomes, and then it becomes your dominant assumption or your dominant thought. So a belief is just a thought that you surrender to. So it's a thought that you've thought over and over and over and over and over again, and then it becomes a belief. So eventually you'll believe it, because to believe means to be. So that's what you're doing, is you're rewiring your brain to be that thing, to be that version of you, to have that desire. So believe is just to be. That's it. So you're literally just going to keep telling the new story. And when the resistance comes up, you say, okay, it's a part of the process. I can't judge it. Why be mad at it? I'm training myself to do something new, right? So it's going to feel foreign and it's okay. So like literally just say, oh, well, this makes sense. It's a new story. So of course resistance is going to come up because this is new to us. So I'm just going to keep telling myself the new story again and again and again. And I know that with a couple of, repetitions, I know that with a couple of weeks, a couple of days, a couple of months, right? Whatever time it takes, I know that the more I tell the story, the more I'm going to believe it. So it's all good, right? That's the work. So you just keep saying it. So instead of beating yourself up, just kind of say, okay, I'm partnering with my brain to reprogram it. And in this partnership, my brain is showing me resistance because it's saying, oh, no, no, no. This is what's important to us, because this entire time, your whole life, you've said, I'm not chosen. I'm just giving you an example. I don't know what you're trying to manifest. Well, let's just say your entire life you've said, I'm not chosen. So your brain has scanned for opportunities to say, yeah, you're not chosen. People don't follow up with you. People ghost you. People never want to go on a third date with you. You never make it past the second date, whatever story that you hold about yourself, right? So then when you start to say, well, no, I am chosen and I am committed to, and people do love me, your brain's going to be like, huh, yeah, right. No, remember Drew, remember Bob, remember Sally, remember whoever, they left you. And of course that's going to come up. That's the past. That's your brain trying to protect you. It's saying, hey, this is what was important to us. This was our story. I'm just doing what you told me because you've always said that we're not chosen. So I'm giving you proof and evidence of that. And then the moment you're going to say, yeah, but we're doing something new now. So I'm going to redirect you to the new story. And then your brain's going to say, okay. Then 2 minutes later, your brain's going to be like, wait. Hold on. Remember Mary? Mary never called you back. And then you're going to say, doesn't matter. Because in my new reality, I always get called back. And then you just keep going. And you do that over and over again. And then before you know it, people are going to show up in your life, choosing you, committing to you, loving you, because you're going to keep persisting in that story. So when the resistance come up, instead of judging it, just be like, okay, so what? Doesn't matter. It's a part of the process. My brain is only doing what I programmed it to do, what I directed it to do. And now I'm giving it new direction and I'm just training it, right? It's kind of like training a new pet. When you first get a dog, you have to train it. And then with time, the dog starts to go to the bathroom outside, right? So it's literally just persisting in training. That's it. You're just literally training your brain. So resistance isn't a bad thing. View it as a part of the training. It's just like weightlifting in the gym. You're not going to go to the gym and just start bench pressing 300 pounds. No, you're going to train yourself. You're going to work your way up to it. And then before you know it, 300 pounds is easy. It's your normal. 200 pounds feels like a feather. So again, it's just about persisting and not saying, yeah, you know what? Forget this, scrap it. I'm done. I quit. I give up. Because then you just persist in the old story and you create more of that. So it's an active choice that you make moment to moment to moment in the present moment. And that choice is up to you and only you. So keep choosing the new story over and over and over again. Somebody said, hi from Namibia. Hello. Somebody said, my name is Sarah. Hello. Brooke said, guess who just booked their flight to Bali? Oh my gosh. Yay. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm so excited. Congratulations. Yes. Guys, if you want to come, join me for my beautiful retreat. I'm so excited, Brooke. In Bali, Indonesia. It's October 12th to the 19th. Check the link in my bio. I would love to have you. I can't even talk right now. I'm like so excited. Yes. Yay. Oh, this is going to be so epic. It's going to be so fun. I love it. Yes, 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 yes. I love it. Beautiful. Yay. Come join me on my retreat this October 12th to the 19th. It's going to be epic. It's going to be amazing. I love it. Beautiful. King said, good morning. Hello. Oh my God, Brooke, you just made my day. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Diamond said, hi, Brooke, is nervous system regulation important for manifestation? You don't have to, but if you enjoy doing it, then absolutely do it. So no, you don't need to regulate, right? So I always give the example of like, you know, if you even say like, no, today when I get in my car, there's going to be no traffic. I'm going to hit every single green light. You didn't have to regulate your nervous system to do that, right? You just thought with intention and then you made it to your destination on time. The roads open up, people let you over, you just got there. So you didn't have to regulate your nervous system. So remember that you're constantly manifesting all of the time, both the good and the bad. And even when you manifest the bad, right? You're not regulating your nervous system when you manifest things that are unfavorable. So no, it's not required. Is it a helpful tool? Sure. If you enjoy doing it, by all means do it because it's a technique and it's always in your belief. So if you believe that doing breath work will help you to manifest, then it'll be true for you. If you believe that meditation helps you to manifest, it'll be true for you. If you believe that you don't need to do any of that, and you just decide, it'll be true for you. So whatever you believe is what's going to be true for you. So just get clear with yourself and decide what it is that you enjoy. You don't have to do anything, but if you do enjoy it, by all means, go ahead, do it, right? I like to meditate. I don't meditate to manifest, but I do like the way it makes me feel. So yeah. Sometimes I do feel like it gives me some clarity on some things, but I'm not doing it with the intention to manifest, but you can. So it's up to you. You decide. The Undisputed said, hey, hello. Somebody said, hello. Somebody said, hello from Papua New Guinea. Amazing. Thank you for the follows. Charity said, hi, hello. Chloe, thank you for the rose. Oh, thank you. Ralph, hello. Am I from the US? Yes. Hi from New Zealand. Beautiful. I love it. That's like been on my list. Yes, thank you, Chase and Sunsets, for answering that question. I appreciate you. Somebody said I love your voice. Oh, thank you. Skin is flawless. Oh, thank you. That's one of my affirmations. My skin is flawless, so thank you. How are you? I'm doing great. Somebody said I'm new. Well, welcome in. Is this live? Yes. Candace, hello. Thank you for the follow. You said yes, she's live. Oh, thank you. Oh, Nirvana said Rich Royal Rising. Hello. How are you? Thank you for bringing your good energy. Bayside said, been affirming, then just found out SP bought a house with third party and feels like I did something wrong. Well, again, it all comes down to your self-concept and who you're being. So if you're affirming, but you're still being the version of you that feels like you're not chosen, right? So you can affirm for 20 minutes in the morning, but then if you're thinking your identity is SP is with a third party, well, then that's your reality. And your question, the way that it's worded, is that you believe that there's a third party. You're living in the end and in the reality of there is another person. So if you were living in the end with your SP, you wouldn't even ask that question. I'm just giving you this as an example because that's truly what's going on here. So you're aware that there's a third party. You're not aware and focused on living in the end of just you and your SP being in union, being in partnership, and being in commitment. Because if you were, you wouldn't mention it. So persist in the knowing that you are together. Take your attention, take your focus off of the third party because you're creating that. That's your creation. The third party only exists because of your self-concept. And I haven't worked with you, but you might have a self-concept of not being prioritized in love, maybe not being chosen, maybe it's by being abandoned. I don't know. You can use my course to uncover whatever that is, but lean into the new story and say that you're the only one, that you're chosen, that you're loved. Turn your attention inward, put it on you, focus on you, affirm who you are, and then your reality, your world will reflect it back to you. I'm going to go ahead and sign off of Facebook Live just because I don't want my phone to die, and I've been on it for long enough for Facebook. Thank you for the follows. Somebody said, good morning. Good morning. How are you? Somebody said, seems peaceful. I don't even know what seems peaceful. Let's see. Let's see. I lived in fear and survival since little because of my mom and others' environment. I have a baby now. Okay. I am working on my subconscious. Beautiful. Amazing. You said keep, was there more to yours? I think that was it. Well, good. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's really good work to do. I had a very similar upbringing. So instead of that, though, it was because of my dad. So yes, keep working on your subconscious mind and just say, I am safe. I'm physically safe. I'm safe in relationships. I'm safe in my body. I'm safe in my home. And I always feel like I'm seen, heard, and loved. And I know that I'm God of my reality. I know that I'm enough. I know that I'm worthy. I know that I'm cherished. And I know that I get to have it all. And just empower yourself, right? Speak life into yourself. That's beautiful. Somebody said I'm from Tanzania. Hello. Somebody said training now feels great. I know I'm getting stronger. Amazing. I love it. Somebody said, how are you? I'm great. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Somebody said, hi, how are you? Hello. Yay, congratulations, Brooke, Olivia. See you there. Yes, I can't wait for you guys to come to Bali. That's amazing. I'm so excited. Yes. I know. Eve said yes. Yay. Eve, you're next. You're coming as well. I love it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. JL, hello. Somebody said I like the way you speak English. Oh, thank you. Nirvana said, what's the difference between spiritual bypassing and productive assumption? Well, whatever you decide, honestly. And I don't mean that in a cavalier way. It's whatever you decide, right? So again, remember, everything in this world is neutral until you give it meaning. So again, it's just a choice. You're just selecting an assumption. You're just selecting your reality. You're just selecting your experience. So spiritual bypassing to me kind of has like a little bit of a negative connotation. And this is just my opinion. So that's like, oh, you're just like bypassing your emotions. Well, only if you say you are, right? So if you feel like you need to address them, then address them. If you feel like, okay, like I've talked about this enough, I'm good, then move forward. It's all up to you and whatever you believe. So if you feel like you need to heal something in order to manifest, then that'll be true for you. But if you're like, you know what, I don't need to do that and I'm good, then it's up to you. So again, remember, there's infinite ways to manifest. It's whatever you believe, but you have to be really crystal clear on what you actually believe, not what you think you believe, but what you actually believe at your core, because that's what's going to materialize. What I mean by that is you can't be saying like, oh, well, I don't think I need to heal. Then deep down subconsciously, you're like, yeah, I do need to heal this thing, right? So again, be real with yourself. And it's okay if you're like, I don't want to heal it. Well, then tell yourself the new story of, okay, I realize that I don't want to heal this thing. I feel like I do need to heal this thing. And so what do I do? You can either heal the thing or you can tell yourself the new story of, yeah, it's not required for me to heal in order to manifest. Keep repeating that. That'll be your new story. That'll be your new belief. That'll be your new truth. And then that's what you will be able to manifest from, right? From that identity and from that state of being. Fatima said, girl, you always look beautiful, but something is different. And I love it so much. Oh, thank you. I got my hair done yesterday. That's what it is. So I got my hair done yesterday and it looks fresh. So I got it washed and blow dried. So it's just a fresh day. But yeah, you're right. I feel like I look really glowy today. I think it's like the lighting. I don't know. It's working for me. But thank you. I appreciate it. But that's literally the only difference. But thank you. Oh, I was like, what is that? It was my hair. Ashko, thank you for the rose. Somebody said, hi, good afternoon. Hello. Somebody said, I'm Moroccan from Casablanca. Amazing. Somebody said, what time is it? It's 8:22 p.m. Somebody said, hi, how are you? I'm great. Jay Jones, hello. Solomon said, hey. Simon said, nice to meet you. Where are you from? Hi, hey. Let me see. Sorry, my friend texted me, so I got a text back. Oh, goodness, I'm so behind. Somebody said you're awesome. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Somebody said good morning. Somebody said greetings from Senegal. Wow. And guys, remember, if you want to have a more focused live, subscribe to my new community. It's $6.99 and you won't have to watch the scroll and the how are yous and thanks for the follows. It'll be people that are following me that know law of assumption. And so the lives will be more focused and it won't be questions like, you know, where are you from? How old are you? And, you know, all of those things. So if you want a focused live, join my community. And then I'm also going to have like subscriber only posts. That's going to be more like a diary format. So it's going to be really like intimate, more behind the scenes and more casual. Thank you for the follows. And you'll get your questions answered quickly. Like those lives will be amazing. Tracy, thank you. Oh, gee, thank you. I appreciate you. Nirvana said, thank you for responding. I appreciate your perspectives, of course. Absolutely. Somebody said, yes, glowing. Oh, thank you. Somebody said, are you on YouTube? Yes, I am. Oh, daughter of Zion. Hello, how are you? Beautiful. Yes, I am on YouTube. How are you doing? You've been on my mind. How have you been? So my YouTube is the same name as here, at the Confidence Lab XO, or you can click the link in my bio and click the little YouTube icon, and then you can go follow me on YouTube from there. So yes. Let's see. Somebody said, how are you doing? I'm doing amazing. How are you? How's everybody doing? It's a great day to be alive. I literally just had a lovely, lovely day. But then again, every day is like magic for me. So I didn't even do anything like necessarily special. What did I do today? Oh, I had a really nice morning where I drank tea and laid in bed. It was fab. And then I had more tea. And then I went to a nice little lunch. And then I went and got ice cream. And then, yeah, it was great. Not ice cream, but frozen yogurt, but same thing-ish, sort of. I like the tartness of frozen yogurt. Somebody said, good morning. Any suggestions on how to earn and be consistent? I'm struggling. What do you mean how to earn? Do you mean learn? Learn and be consistent? I'm struggling? Well, it's okay. Well, first of all, just let the story go of I'm struggling, because then you're creating that as your reality, and just say, look, I'm a master manifester. I manifest in an instant, and I always know what I'm doing. I always have the right answers, and clarity always comes to me. So again, it's just about being in your I amness. Truly know that your thoughts become things. That's really it. So become aware, have a strict mental diet, and just start to tell the story of whatever you want to experience. Like literally, guys, be playful. Treat your life like it's a movie. Pretend that you're on set. You're assigning the different roles. You're assigning all of the meaning. You're the one that's directing the scene. So if you don't like the scene, then change the way you want it directed. Tell this person, no, you stand here. No, you show up here. No, you do this, right? And that's not in an exhaustive way. I don't want you to be like, whoa, like this is too much and be overwhelmed. It's just if something's unfavorable, then just say, okay, well, that's not my end. That's not my desire. And you shift your thinking, right? You audit your thinking, you audit your thoughts, and you become aware of whatever it is that you actually desire. And then you just persist in that new thinking and then that new story. Melody said, can you help someone who is depressed change their reality? Yes, absolutely you can. Just start to see them as super positive. Say that they are in good health. They're in good spirits. They're on the up and up. Things are always working out for them. Start to see them as their higher self, as their healed self. And just start to say, wow, they have this beautiful new positive outlook on life. They're full of vitality and zest. They're like laughing, they're smiling, they're back to their old self. I've never seen them happier. I can't even believe the transformation they made. They did it in 180 overnight. It was so quick. It was so easy. They're laughing again. It's so good to see them smile. They're enjoying life. So start to tell that story, right? Let the story of depression go. But yes, you absolutely can. That's the story in the Bible. Jesus saw the sick as healthy and then they were healed. So yeah, you can manifest that somebody else is showing up differently, that they are happier, because right now you're just are experiencing them as depressed because that's the story that you hold, because that's how you've experienced them. So change that experience, change that assumption, and then you'll gradually start to see them show up in a more positive way. They'll be like, like I said, laughing, smiling, giggling, making jokes, being jovial, being carefree, being lighter. You'll start to experience that. She said, I'm beyond outstanding. Beautiful. I love it. Yes, you are. You are outstanding. You are out of this world. How about that? You are out of this world. You said, how do I earn money? Well, just start to say, I get paid to exist. I earn money always and always. Oh, gee, what was the wealth affirmation you said earlier? I loved it. Just say I get paid to exist. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. People want to pay me. I'm always taken care of. I'm always divinely supported. I'm always divinely aligned. Sharp said, love hearing you and seeing you. Thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Somebody said, are you Latina? No. Somebody said, hi. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Rich. Kari, thank you for the follow. Wealth chases me down. Yes, I'm screenshotting that. Hold on. Ugh. Yes, screenshotting it. Done. I'm adding it. G, thank you. Oh, is Bless still on? I don't know if she's still on or not. Anton said social media has guidelines. What about guidelines for life? Well, you create the guidelines for your life. That's up to you. You're the creator. You can create a reality where there are no guidelines. That's up to you. Denise, thank you for the follow. I love the AI summary. It says a spiritual talk on manifesting and how to change your reality. Ask your questions. Bruce, thank you. Thank you for the heart puffs. User, hello. Yes, somebody said, yes, I'm using that. Wealth chases me down. Yes, I love it. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Joy. I appreciate you. And guys, remember, if you want to work with me, my pricing is changing in 2 days. So check the link in my bio. There will be no more 30-minute calls, no more 90-minute calls. All that's going away. It's going to be 1 hour only. And the 1 hour is going up to $247. So if you want it at the current pricing of $127, get it now because it's going up in 2 days. Thank you for the follow. Somebody said, hi, hello, how are you? Bruce said, oh, her time is valuable. Yeah. Everybody's time is valuable, right? Oh man, I gotta put this other phone on the charger. So yeah, what other questions do you guys have about reality creation manifestation? Was that Valentine's Day that I just saw logging in? Hello? How are you? Hello, hello. I don't know if that was Valentine's Day or not. I saw her name come up, but yes, I would love if that was Valentine's Day on. Somebody said, what's your zodiac sign? Aries. You manifest? Yes, we're all manifesting. You manifest all the time. So your thoughts become things. So you're manifesting both the good and the bad. No days off. You're manifesting always. Somebody said, thoughts on God. I believe that you're God of your reality, your source, your awareness, your infinite intelligence. So you are not separate from God. You're not separate from anything in your life because you are God. You are the creator. You're God of your reality. So yes, that's my thoughts on God. Somebody said hello from the Philippines. Hello, how are you? Nala said, definitely help me. Well, what's your question? Nala, hello. What's your name, Brooke? Somebody said how to control emotions. I don't really teach that. I don't teach that. Oh, you're an emotional being, right? So you have emotions. Somebody said you don't have a glass. No, it's like drinking out of a bottle of water. Like, this is how the bottles of water are in Indonesia. They're glass. Not everywhere, but a lot of places have glass. So they just come and they recycle it. Chef Cast Iron said, hey, update. I'm going back to Madrid, Spain. Live in the end. Feel it beautiful. I love that. Yes, absolutely. I was just in Madrid in October. I love Madrid. Madrid is amazing. So congratulations. I love that. Yes. That's a manifestation. So what did you do? How did you live in the end? Share it with us, because when you share your success with other people, then they know that it's possible for them. So let us know. What did you do? Right? What did you do? Let's see. Ram, hello. Somebody said, how's your Spanish? Not great. I feel like I should know way more than what I actually do. But I don't. I don't. I have a call with one of you all early tomorrow. Well, two of you all. Good. Snowpad taking notes, waiting for Chef. Oh, that's so funny. I know, right? Chef, share how you did it. Share how you did it if you can. I love hearing people, your success stories in general, but specifically when people are like moving abroad and like really having a massive change in their life like that, just to hear how they did it. Because again, there's infinite ways to manifest. So I think it's fun to see like what people did whenever they decided to start changing their life. So yes, I love this. Guys, why does TikTok make this so ding dang hard? I'm trying to find something, but you said when I don't see you on lives, it is because you are doing subscription lives. I just open up the subscription. So the subscription live, the benefit to it is going to be this. You know how I answer every single person's question, so I get really behind on questions? There won't be as big of a delay. Then, and as these lives get bigger, I'm not going to be able to answer every person's questions like I do now. It's just not going to be possible because I've been having like 300 people on. Right now it's like 150, but with the subscription, you won't have to hear me say like, thank you for the follow, because it's going to obviously be people that already follow me. And then you won't have to hear me answer the questions about how old are you? Where are you from? Where do you live? It'll just be strictly about manifestation, which is going to be clear, concise, targeted, focused conversations on manifestation. That's the beauty of the subscription lives. And then you'll get subscriber only content, and that content's going to be very different from my current content because it's going to be just me. It's kind of going to be a diary. It's going to be like super casual and just me speaking to the camera and just saying like, you know, these are my thoughts. This is kind of like how my day went. This is like reality in motion. Reality creation in motion. So that's what the subscription is going to entail. And then of course there's like different stickers and things like that are fun. And then I'll have like a community post board where you can start to post different things. So yeah, I have to take this call. I have to pause the live. So let me pause.